Hi, welcome to my kitchen. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to share with you today, and I wasn't quite sure what really was going to be for dinner. So, in looking in the pantry, I found some polenta. So my advice to you, if you're not sure what to prepare for dinner and you're on a tight budget, is to make sure that you have a variety of grains from which to choose. As I said, tonight I'm going to show you a quick polenta dish, but you can start with rice, potatoes, beans, kamut, sorghum, bulgur, millet, barley, just to name a few. And if you have that on hand, adding some vegetables and meat will bring the whole dish together. You can start by peeling your onion and your garlic. Most everything I prepare, it seems, starts with those basic 2 ingredients. So dice your onion. Putting it through the food processor is a quick time saver. When my children were small and any discernible chunk of onion or garlic would cause mayhem at the table, I would most often process it, making the pieces much smaller. Now that I am just cooking for one almost adult child and my husband, most often I don't bother dirtying that. I just chop by hand. Whatever works for you. Once your vegetables have been chopped, you can put them on the stovetop in a little extra virgin olive oil. I start the onions and garlic and then add to that mixture some peppers. You could add celery, carrots, spinach, whatever appeals to your family that you have on hand. I always cut my peppers in half, pull the membrane out of the center and knock out the seeds. Once again, if you wanted to, you could do these vegetables through the food processor. So here I'm going to add polenta. My children used to call it fancy grits. It takes about 1 cup of polenta to 3 cups of broth to make the right consistency. And then slowly add your stock. I use vegetable stock so that there's always a vegetarian option for dinner. But chicken stock would work just as well. Add the vegetables in when you add in the stock. I don't add all of the stock at the same time. I feel that there is more control if you add a little bit and cook it down and then add a little bit more until you reach the texture that you are trying to achieve with the polenta. It should cook soft like a rice or a hot cereal. Season with salt. Even though I've added garlic, I add a little garlic powder. While the polenta is cooking on the other burner, I've started some chicken breasts. Little smoked paprika. Some white pepper. Sometimes white pepper in a paler colored dish is more visually appealing than having black specks. Here I'm adding some red chili pepper flakes. If you're cooking for small children or a milder palate, you may want to omit that, but I think it brings a little kick to the dish. Towards the end of cooking, you could add some vegan spread or butter. Just about a tablespoon will do. Now moving on to the chicken. I have 3 slices of provolone left over, so I'm going to use those right on top of the chicken. Top it with a tomato. And then chop up a little bit of basil. It's late spring here in New England, and the basil is growing in the garden. So it's nice to make use of what we have.